Linalool, a colorless, unsaturated terpene liquid alcohol C10H18O, having a fragrance similar to that of bergamot oil, obtained from several essential oils used in perfumery.
The Stoned Vet. I hit the ground running when I'm invading your country. Instill with honor and discipline. Throw my guns like onyx, dressed in camo with ammo.
What's up, guys? RNG here from the Stoned Vet USMC. Happy hump day. I'm super excited to be here with you guys, man. Super excited, man. Like I tell you guys on a weekly basis, man, this is why I do this episodes, to try to help educate you guys and help break the stigma of a medicinal cannabis, of a plant, is what it comes down to, man. I told you guys for the next several weeks I'm going to be going through the terpene profiles, each terpene profile, breaking it down little by little so you guys have a better understanding of why terpenes are so important, right? Why are terpenes so important when it comes to smoking cannabis? Terpenes play a higher role than that of the THC content in a cannabis plant. For those of you that are still trying to learn about cannabis and if it works for you, or will it work or will it not work for you, right? I want to give a huge shout out to my sponsor, Rafa 180. Like I tell you guys on a weekly basis, Rafa 180 provides the best medicinal grade THC-free CBD on the market, hands down. You guys that have been following me for some time now know that I've been on probation for the past 2 years because I self-identified and I told them that I use cannabis on a regular basis, right? I've been taking these products for the past 2 years. I take my Sapphire before bed. I take my CBD for the day. And I'm taking my Active Duty RX, which is all on the website. Take my Active Duty RX to get my mind right, to clear my brain fog, right? That's what it's great for, is brain fog, PTSD and such. And then my regular daily dose of CBD to help with inflammation. And I've been taking these products on a daily basis, right? And I haven't popped yet on a piss test. So if you have a job that says you can't use THC because it's still federally illegal, go check out Rafa 180. That's Romeo Alpha Papa Hotel Alpha 180.com to get all your medicinal grade CBD needs. Check out the Stoned Vet USMC and get 15% off your entire purchase. I'm super excited to be here with you guys this week, man. Veteran Podcast Awards is here, right? If you guys are watching on YouTube, you guys see that, right? Top Marine Corps Podcast winner 2021, right? You guys see that? I got my hand up so you can read it, right? Veteran Podcast Award winner, Top Marine Corps Podcast 2021. Veteran Podcast Awards, voting has opened up as of Monday, August 8th. Voting will be open until August 18th, or September 18th, I'm sorry. From August 8th to September 18th, voting will be open up. They have two categories, right? Best overall podcast and top branch, right? I already won this in 2021. Why? Because of you guys that are listening in on a regular basis, helping me be able to win this award, right? You're looking, if you guys are watching on YouTube, you guys see these beautiful awards. I got my 2022 Chronic Palooza Award right here for top podcast. 2021 Warhammer here for Veteran Podcast Awards right here. Let's bring in 2 more awards. What do you guys think, man? I need your help this year again to bring in. They're going off the voting system. So I'm going to have it in my description on my video. I don't know if Nick over there with VTT will be able to, will put the description on where to vote, how to vote or whatever in the description box. But if you come over to my channel, if you're listening on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon, Google, however you listen to this podcast, I'll have it in the description box on how to get there. I'm going to put a hyperlink so you can go straight there and just vote for the Stoned Vet. Super excited, man. So this week we are looking into the terpene linalool, right? You guys heard it, right? It wasn't really big definition on it, right? A colorless, unsaturated terpene, liquid alcohol C10H18 and O, having a fragrance similar to that of bergamot oil, obtained from several essential oils, right? I don't know if you guys have ever smelled bergamot, but it's a very distinctive scent, right? It's a very distinctive scent, but what is linalool? Like, what is it? How does it help, right? And how is it, right? It says here the medicinal benefits of linalool is a rich essential oil known to exhibit various biological activities such as antimicrobial, great for keeping germs away, right? Anti-inflammatory. You guys suffer with freaking guys popping naproxen and ibuprofen, right? You guys in the Marine Corps, remember Doc always giving you ibuprofen and water, right? Take this ibuprofen and water, right? For inflammation, right? It's an anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer, antioxidant properties, and several vivo studies have confirmed various effects of linalool on the central nervous system. So it affects the central nervous system, which is great, right? You know, but a lot of things, right? A lot of times we don't really understand, like how do we use linalool? Like, what is done? Like, what kind of food? What kind of food, or what do we do with linalool, right? How do we go about using linalool, right? And a lot of times, you know, a lot of these terpenes we already use on a regular basis, right? We already use these terpenes on a regular basis. These are coming from plants, right? Essential oils, right? If you guys love Young Living or the other essential oils that are out there, that's one of the biggest things is trying to figure out how, right? How do we use essential oils, right? A lot of times for a lot of the women out there, you guys, your wives, the guys that are listening in, your wives use essential oils, right? They're like, oh, you got to smell this. They put on lavender, they put on eucalyptus, they put on all these great scents, right, for the house, right? But a lot of times it smells to help relax, right? How does it relax, you know? And linalool, you know what I'm saying? Linalool is a non-silic monoterpenoid that is commonly extracted from lavender, rose, basil, and neural oil. You guys use lavender on a regular basis, right? You guys use basil. How many of you Italians out there put basil in your freaking food? I know Italians put basil in all their freaking pastas and everything like that, you know? And so one of the biggest things is having an understanding that, hey, these are terpenes that we use every day, right? There's terpenes that we use on a regular basis already, not just through cannabis, but through different foods and different things that we already interact with, right? Things that we already interact with, right? There's even, you know, there's over 200 species of plants that produce linalool, mainly from families like mint and other herbs, laurels, cinnamon, rosewood, citrus fruits. So that's what we just talked about last week, right? Limonene. So not only are you getting limonene from the citrus fruits, like your oranges and your limes and your lemons, you're also getting linalool. Linalool also comes from your citrus fruits as well, you know? And that's one of the biggest things, right? It's going through here, just reading this. I mean, tomatoes, grape and wine, mangoes, lemon oil, lime oil, apricots, tea, carrots, basil, right? All these things, and this is just things that I'm looking up, right? This is one of the things I tell you guys. Look up the research. I'm telling you what I'm seeing and what I'm finding. But one of the biggest things is that you guys have got to do your own research so you guys can get a better understanding yourself, right? So you guys can get a better understanding yourself of what is it, you know? They got linalool and orange juice. I mean, so you guys are like me, we drink orange juice like crazy here in the house. I got 7 kids. When it's breakfast, when we make breakfast, orange juice is usually on the table, man. Orange juice is usually on the table. And so for us, we're already consuming linalool, right? That's one of the biggest things and the biggest heartaches and the biggest struggles that people are trying to, well, how does this terpene work? What is it? Do I even use this terpene? Yes, we are using this terpene on a daily basis, right? We are using this terpene daily, and it's kind of like, well, I'm already using this, right? Granted, I'm not using it through cannabis, but I'm already using this when I eat you put lemon in your tea and freaking eat lemons, limes. Heck, you guys drinking margaritas, you guys are putting limes in your margaritas, taking tequila shots, you guys are eating limes. There's linalool in that. And so these are things that you're already using. Basil, cinnamon, rosewood. These are things that we use on a daily basis already. So linalool we're already using this terpene already on our daily basis with the foods that we consume, right? Different things. Check your soaps, your shampoos as well. I guarantee you the terpene's already in there, right? It says linalool is a type of terpene, a compound found in certain plants, including cannabis, that gives them their smell and aroma. Linalool specifically has a somewhat sweet and floral aroma and flavor that combines with gentle spiciness, right? It has a spiciness to it, You know, it says the aromatic compounds found in cannabis called terpenes have traditionally been thought to contribute to cannabis merely by enriching its aroma and flavor, right? And that's one thing I keep telling you guys about. When you go to, if you're lucky enough to go to a dispensary, right? A lot of times it's always like, oh, this thing's got 20% THC, this got 30%, this got 40% THC, this has high in THC. And that's what one of the things I tell you guys about is that you don't need to be looking at the THC content. You need to be looking at the terpene content. What type of terpenes does this flower have? It says here, the aroma of linalool, like many terpenes, is not specific to cannabis. Its characteristic lavender scent with a hint of spiciness can be found in over 200 types of plants. In fact, it's so common that even those who don't use cannabis consume over 2 grams of linalool each year through their food. Like I said, you guys are consuming linalool. This here is saying 2 grams, at least 2 grams each year. It's not that much, but you are consuming it, some more than others, right? Including numerous foods, fruits, and spices. They may have seemed like a lot, but there's very little risk of adverse effects. Linalool doesn't stick around in your body for long and doesn't accumulate like cannabinoids that get stored in your fatty tissue in the body and brain. It also offers aromatic benefits. Your sense of smell is intricately linked to emotion and memory centers in the brain, establishing a potential cause and effect between the terpenes. Pleasant lavender floral scents cause with relaxed and improved mood effect. You guys are always in a bad mood, right? We're vets. We always in a bad mood. We're always upset about something. We're always like, man, this is ridiculous. This and that and this and that, right? We get mad about all kinds of different things, right? And so this lavender, the linalool, the lavender in it helps relax our minds, right? And improve our mood. If you guys have ever sat next to one of those diffusers, right? And your wife or girlfriend or whatever, put some lavender drops in it, right? To make it, because it smells good, to make the house smell good. Not only is it making the house smell good, but it is also allowing everybody's mood to calm down, to bring them down from whatever's been agitating throughout the day. That's what lavender is great with, is bringing everybody down and calming everybody down, right? While olfactory sensation may contribute to the terpenes effect, research now suggests that terpenes directly affect brain processing by modulating the behavior of brain cells, right? Cannabis strains containing linalool. Few cannabis strains contain high levels of linalool. It rarely breaks into a strain's top 3 most abundant terpene. Below, you find a few strains containing linalool as the primary, secondary, and tertiary terpene, but it's usually at a lot lower on the strain terpene profile behind the more abundant myrcene and limonene, right? We just went through limonene. We're going to end up touching on myrcene because myrcene is one of the top one of the higher ones, right? And you guys are going to learn about that here in the next few weeks. Most strains rich in linalool impart effects associated with indica dominant genetics. Indica dominant genetics. For me, I love indicas, right? Indicas are more of the mellow out, chill, relaxed type mood, right? Your sativas are the ones that give you a little bit of energy, a little bit more wide awake, but it also causes a lot more anxiety, a lot more just, you biting in your nails kind of type thing. But I prefer my hybrids, indica dominant hybrids, or my indica dominant strains, right? Because it's more the chill, relaxed, mellow out type strain, which is great. You know, indica dominant genetics, which include both mental and physical relaxation, like I was telling you about, it gives you physical relaxation, sleepiness, and strong case of the munchies. So if you don't want the munchies, don't be eating the indicas, right? So it says here the Mazar Sharif, the Do-Si-Do, Wedding Mints number 13, Scooby Snacks, and Skittles. Skittles is good. I like Skittles. Skittles is pretty good, right? And so these are the main strains that they're saying. But like they said, though, a lot of these strains don't have super high linalool, right? Linalool is not a very high terpene you find in cannabis strains. It's not very high, but it is in there, right? And it helps. It's an anti-inflammatory. And when we start reading through these terpenes, you guys are going to start seeing there's a lot of them that are anti-inflammatory, but which ones actually carry more anti-inflammatory to help with the brain, help with the pain that you're dealing with on a daily basis, right? Linalool's benefits. Hundreds of plants produce linalool, and it has a lot to offer when it comes to healing. It's antimicrobial, right? Antimicrobial properties protect the plant against insects and represent a potential therapeutic use for people in fighting cell-damaging bacteria. Whether it was used as an early antibiotic is unknown. So it's antimicrobial. So it helps you with fighting germs, right? It helps with fighting germs like Germ-X. Put that stuff in your hands like Germ-X, it's antimicrobial. Sedative. Linalool, often in the form of lavender or peanut stems and leaves, has been used in traditional medicine practices across the globe as a sedative and muscle relaxer. It's also shown to have anticonvulsant and anti-epileptic properties. So it's a sedative. It's to help you sleep. So if you smoke this before bed, it's going to help you get to rest if you smoke enough of it, right? It reduces anxiety and depression. It says mice exposed to linalool vapors show reduced levels of anxiety and lower depression-like behaviors. In these tests, mice exposed to linalool vapors spend more time in fear-inducing environments and will continue to work to escape seemingly hopeless situation. In human studies examining the therapeutic effects of lavender essential oil, in which linalool is the main compound, it effectively lowered participants' scores on the Hamilton Anxiety Rating Scale. So it reduces your anxiety for those of you who can't go out in public, right? Or you got family coming over, you got friends coming over or something, and you hate being around people. You hate peopling. This will help. This will help reduce your anxiety, right? Stress relief and immunity. Linalool also strengthens the immune system against the destructive effects of stress. You guys are always stressed out. I know it, man. I'm with you guys. Stress causes a shift in the distribution of white blood cells in the body, i.e. the cells of the immune system. The percent of lymphocytes decrease and neutrophils increase. In studies done on rats, linalool prevented this shift, and by extension prevented the stress-induced changes in how the rat's DNA was expressed. Intriguingly, the authors reason that this protection was mediated by linalool's ability to activate the body's parasympathetic response, which is activated when the body is resting and digesting food. So this is just amazing things of just the stress relief and immunity. You guys know when you guys are super stressed out. I mean, I know it. When I'm super stressed out, I tend to start getting sick. Just freaking start getting a cold, nose starts running, start feeling sick. And this is one of the biggest things that stress will make you sick, right? It really does make you sick. And so one of the biggest things is like, how do I get out of the stress? We deal with stress every day, going to work every day, not getting the promotion because the boss doesn't want to promote you, freaking, how am I going to pay the rent? Man, I ain't got no money in my bank account. I can't pay none of my bills. My kids need clothes. I need to feed my family and so forth and so forth. It's just the daily stress that we all deal with, right? And so that's one of the biggest things, guys. Like linalool, they're showing you linalool helps with the stress, and it helps you with your immunity, right? It's going to help you stay healthy, right? Cannabis to keep you healthy. Yes, because why? The terpenes that are in it. This is one of the biggest things, and this is why I'm doing this, to help educate you guys, right? A lot of people think, oh, you're just going to smoke weed, get stoned out of your mind, da-da-da-da. And it's just that stigma that's been put on it, right? That stigma, that reefer madness stigma that's been put on it. And this is one of the biggest things, guys, is just being able to have an understanding as to, hey, look, let me tell you, cannabis works. I got a brother out of Florida. He's a freaking fitness model. He's like, dude, I smoke weed every day before I go to the gym. I did too. When I was going to the gym, I'd smoke before I go into the gym. Why? Because you're able to escape your mind and focus on what you need to do in the gym. Dude's super fit, super healthy. He smokes weed every day, all day long. And he's not a bum, right? A lot of people think, you're just going to be fat, nasty, vegging out, fucking watching Simpsons or whatever, snacking and eating and just not doing nothing. Dude, I would smoke and I'd be working outside. I'll smoke and I'll freaking do 5 hours, 6 hours out in the garden, and I'll smoke me a fat blunt before I do it. Why? Because like I said, it reduces stress. It reduces stress and anxiety, which is some of the major things that we deal with as veterans is stress and anxiety. That's one of the top things we deal with, right? You guys already know we lose so many brothers and sisters to suicide and opioid addiction. Why? Because of stress and anxiety, right? And now look, here's a plant with a terpene that can help reduce your stress and anxiety, right? It says here that studies indicate that the linalool's behavioral effects may largely be mediated by how it impacts the brain. One way is through blocking the receptors for the primary excitatory brain chemical, glutamate, which could account for linalool's potentially anti-epileptic properties in some forms of epilepsy. This terpene also has the ability to enhance the effect of other sedatives such as pentobarbital. Additionally, linalool may be muscle relaxant and have pain relieving effects through additional distinctive mechanisms. For instance, linalool reduces the signaling strength of acetylcholine, a brain chemical that's required for muscle contraction and movement. Linalool can have anesthetic-like effects by reducing the excitability of cells in the spinal cord that transmit pain signals to the brain. Some of linalool's brain relieving abilities can be ascribed to its elevation of adenosine levels, an inhibitory brain chemical that is notably blocked by caffeine. Caffeine, dude, it blocks this, right? And I know you guys drink the shit out of coffee because I know I drink the shit out of coffee when I'm at home. Together, this multitude of nervous system targets contribute to its sedative, anxiety-reducing, and pain-relieving benefits. These effects provide foundational support for linalool's benefits in pain therapy. In one study, obese patients who underwent gastric banding surgery were either exposed to linalool-rich lavender oil vapor or an unscented control. Only 46 of the patients who inhaled the lavender oil required post-operative opioid medication, compared to 82% of the control group. Further, the morphine needs of those in the lavender group were nearly half that of the control group, together suggesting that linalool can reduce the need of post-surgery opioid-based pain treatment, which is great, right? And that's one of the biggest things, right? That's one of the things I know working with Rafa 180, that's one of the things they talk about. Like, CBD is an anti-inflammatory. And one of the biggest things is like when somebody's getting ready to go into surgery, one of the things they like to do is actually like ensure that their body has gotten enough CBD in it before surgery. Because it's an anti-inflammatory. When they go in to cut you open or whatever they're going to do, CBD is going to go straight to the spot and start healing. And then after surgery, they start getting back on the CBD again. And guess what? They're not needing all the freaking painkillers that the doctor was wanting to prescribe to them, right? And that's one of the biggest things that people don't understand is like those drugs that the doctors are putting you on, those are drugs, right? I was just talking with a doctor today, Dr. Bridget. She'll be on the show here in a week or so. And that's one of the things she was trying to tell one of her clients that came to see us, like, have you considered using cannabis? Because you use cannabis, I can get you off 4 of those pills that you're taking, anti-anxiety, anti-depression, and all this other stuff, right? She said, I can get you off about 4 of those pills that you're taking right now because she says she's not able to eat. She hasn't been able to eat. Her appetite has gone away because she's taking all these pills. She said, have you considered using cannabis? And the patient told her, I don't want to use drugs. What? But you are using drugs. You're taking all this anti-anxiety, these anti-depression pills, and all these other pills to counteract all the side effects of all these pills. Those are drugs. Like, those are prescribed drugs. Like, cannabis is not a drug. It's a plant. You know, and that's one of the biggest things, guys, that you guys that are listening in on the show, that's one of the biggest things we have to struggle with, right, is understanding how do we break the stigma? How do we let people know it's okay to use a plant to heal us medically, right? And so that's one of the things that we have got to continue doing is helping break the stigma, allowing our brothers and sisters to hear us and hear why we are so passionate about using a cannabis plant. Like today, this week, right? Linalool, right? I didn't know that much about linalool. You guys see me, I read it off my phone when I'm reading it to you guys, right? Because I'm learning as I'm teaching, as I'm telling you guys, as I'm reading it to you guys, I'm learning as well. I didn't know linalool was an anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial type terpene. That's a lot. I mean, you can use it to clean your hands. It's antimicrobial. So if you're ever in the woods and you need to find a plant that has linalool in it, you can use that to clean your hands, clean your face, which is great, And so you guys have seen it, right? We went through it. We went through and we touched base on everything that linalool, the benefits of linalool. How does it benefit us? And this is how it benefits us, right? This is how it benefits us. It's an antimicrobial. It reduces stress. It reduces anxiety. It helps with pain management. Hey guys, I don't know what else to ask for, man. It helps with pain management. Get you off that naproxen, the ibuprofen, those freaking muscle relaxers. It's a sedative. Get you off that Ambien, those freaking Zoloft, to get you to get sleep. I'm telling you guys. Like I said, you're having trouble sleeping, go check out Rafa 180. Go check out my sponsor, Rafa 180. They have two amazing products. They have a tincture and a pill. They have the Night Ops, which was created by an Afghan Iraq War veteran. And they have the Sapphire, which is a liquid tincture that actually absorbs into your bloodstream faster. But both are great products. I take both. I rotate between the two, but they're amazing. Like I'm one of those guys, I'll go to sleep I'll go lay down at 10 and I won't go to sleep till 1. But if I take that, it allows my brain to turn off and be able to get the rest that I need so I can get ready for the next day, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this hump day, man. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something new, learn a new terpene, right? That's what it's about, is a new terpene, man. Go to Veteran Podcast Awards. The Veteran Podcast Awards is among us again. I need your votes. I need you to go over there and vote for me. Let's bring home some more awards. Let's do this. Let's show everybody why SRNG has the best freaking podcast, right? Go check out my sponsor, Rafa 180. It's Romeo Alpha Papa Hotel 180.com. You can get you some cool freaking Stoned Vet swag, man. Got the cup here. It's hot in Oklahoma, dude. I was just outside moving some dirt, man. I was dying. I'm sweating and my freaking head was spinning. It's hot in Oklahoma. I don't know about in your area where you're at, you're listening, but it's hot here in Oklahoma. Go check out Rafa 180. Go to the Stone Vet tab. Click my tab, and you can get you a nice cup. Keep your drinks cold. I got ice in this right now. I'll be in here for the next 12 hours, man. It's going to be great, man. Go to VTT. Get you some swag, right? You can get you some awesome swag. Look at this dumpster trash, right? Veteran Trash Talk, dumpster fire. Go check them out, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this hump day, man. Hopefully this thing was able to provide some insight. And hopefully you're able just to enjoy the time together, man. If you guys get any questions, reach out to me. Definitely reach out to me. You want me to talk about something else? Let me know, man. But what I'm going to do is break down all these terpenes and hopefully provide an educational piece for you guys, man. I love you guys. Remember to smoke responsibly, man. Remember, hit the Stone Vet. We got you 6.
Get trampled. If it ain't raining, we ain't training. Nothing changed by complaining. I adapt and overcome. I make the best out of situations. I stay alert for my enemies trying to do me some harm. I fight for your freedom of speech and your right to bear arms. When I say I got your 6, that means I got your